Today I'm gonna make a flock block gingerbread house with my chickens. So I make homemade flock block treats for the birds all the time because they're super easy to make and it's such fun enrichment for the birds. But I've never attempted to try to shape a flock block into something like a gingerbread house before. So this is gonna be a fun first for me. So let's do it. So instead of just getting a gingerbread house and putting some worms on top of it, I wanted to give the birds a gingerbread house that was 100% good for them. So I'm making the whole house out of a flock block. And to make the flock block, I'm just using ingredients like their regular scratch grains, applesauce, and some of their own eggs. So I often get the question, what do we do with all of the eggs that we have? Because we have almost 100 chickens and that does mean a lot of eggs. And the simple answer is that we just give them back to the birds in recipes just like this. So then I'm using some molasses to hold the whole thing together and adding a sprinkle of oregano because it has tons of health benefits for the chickens. Typically I would add in the worms and the grubs in the flock block batter, but this time I'm going to use the worms and the grubs as the decor for our gingerbread house. Since I'm using cookie cutters to create the shape of the house, I need to flatten the mix out to make a nice thin wall. And of course we've got to let the chickens lick the spoon. And of course, while I'm over here being nice, letting everyone lick the spoons, some of the chickens had to take advantage by sneaking up behind me to grab a taste test right off the tray, which would have been fine and all until they started stepping on it. And I mean, that's why some chickens say that you can't eat at another chicken's house, you know what I mean? Okay, so now we're just gonna pop this in the oven for about 30 minutes at 300. And now that it's done baking, I'm just taking my gingerbread shaped cookie cutters to cut out the shape of the house. Okay, so fingers crossed because now is the tricky part, actually building the house. I'm using peanut butter to hold the walls together, but these walls are a lot heavier than gingerbread is. So that's why I said fingers crossed. I also realized after I got done baking it that I accidentally baked 4 of the same size wall and I didn't bake the roof pieces. So instead of having a slanted roof, we're just gonna have a flat roof, which honestly, it'll make like a perfect tray for the worms. Everything happens for a reason, right? All right, so then I have this little piece that's supposed to be the fireplace and I have no idea where to put this at. So we're just gonna put it right there. To decorate it, I'm adding 2 of the birds' favorite treats, some black soldier flies and some worms. And then to add a pop of color, and because the birds absolutely love these, I'm gonna trim the house out with blueberries. Honestly, I love the way that this turned out. I think that this is the cutest gingerbread house that I've ever made, and the fact that this will all actually get eaten, unlike most gingerbread houses, just makes it even better. And I actually had a lot of fun making this. So now that our flock block house is complete, let's go serve it to the chickens and see what they think. No, you guys.